If you're over 65, hitting 10,000 steps a day, but still cannot bend down to tie your shoes easily, I want you to pause and stay with me. Give me the next few minutes, because what you are about to hear can genuinely change the way your body moves. I have spent more than 25 years helping older adults regain their mobility, and I see the same pattern over and over again. People who walk faithfully every day, who stay disciplined and active, yet still feel stiff in the lower back and still feel their hamstrings pulling tight like ropes. And here is something no fitness tracker will ever tell you. Walking is wonderful for your heart and your lungs. But here is the key thing it misses. It does almost nothing for the parts of your body that decide whether you can reach your feet, get in and out of a car, or pick something off the floor. Walking keeps you upright in the same straight, repetitive line. It never asks your spine to flex, and it never teaches your hips to hinge deeply. That is why so many seniors hit their step goal, yet still feel tight, limited, and frustrated. The problem is not you. The real issue is that walking does not train the movement patterns you depend on every single day. What I am about to show you is the missing piece, and once you understand it, your body will finally begin moving the way you want it to again. Before we go further, I would love to know who is here with me. Drop a comment below and simply say, "Hello from your city." When we look closely at what walking actually demands from your body, the picture becomes very clear. Walking uses only limited ranges. It is the same small forward motion repeated over and over again. Your spine stays tall, your hips barely fold, and your hamstrings never reach anything close to their full length. For more than 25 years, I have watched seniors who are incredibly dedicated to their daily steps, and they truly believe that consistency alone should keep them mobile. Yet they come into my clinic frustrated because they still cannot bend down to put on their socks without straining, or they still feel a tight pull every time they reach toward the floor, or they notice they can walk a mile, but they cannot comfortably get in and out of a car without shifting or bracing themselves. And the reason is simple. Daily movements require flexion and hip hinging. Every time you pick something up from the ground, every time you lean forward to reach your shoes, every time you garden or play with your grandkids, you are asking your spine to round, your hips to hinge, and your hamstrings to lengthen. These are the exact movement patterns that walking never trains. So even if you stay active, your activity is not speaking the same language as your daily life. That is why seniors lose mobility even when active. Your endurance may improve, your heart and lungs may get stronger, but the parts of your body that truly control how freely you move stay untouched. Walking will never teach your spine to soften and fold. It will never teach your hips to bend deeply, and it will never unlock the flexibility that lets you lower yourself with ease. Once you understand this, you can finally stop blaming age and start recognizing that the missing movements, not the miles, are what hold you back. So what is the solution? One simple stretch, and I promise you this, the very first time you try it, your body will feel the difference. This single movement solves the exact problem that walking has ignored for years. I have taught this to thousands of older adults, and the reaction is always the same. They are shocked that something so gentle and so quick can wake up parts of their body that 10,000 steps have never touched. Here is why it works. For the first time, it asks your spine to flex. It lets your hips hinge the way they were meant to, and it gives your hamstrings the full length they have been craving for years. In just 90 seconds, it trains the precise movement patterns you need to reach your feet, bend forward without fear, and move through your day with freedom instead of stiffness. It is called the standing forward fold with progression, and you can do it anywhere. No equipment, no gym, no perfect flexibility needed. Just your body, your breath, and a willingness to let gravity help. When you learn this movement, you will realize the limitation was never your age. It was simply that no one ever taught you the right pattern. Let me walk you through this the same way I would guide a patient in my clinic, because these next few minutes are where your body finally learns the pattern it has been missing. Wait. Before we begin, I want you to try a quick 5-second test. Right now, bend forward as naturally as you can and notice exactly where your hands reach and pay attention to the tightness in your back. Do not force anything, just observe it. Remember that spot and leave a comment below. Now we are going to do the stretch together, and we will check it again in 90 seconds. We start with what I call step 1, and the setup position matters more than you might think. Stand with your feet about hip-width apart, so your base is steady and relaxed. If you feel more secure with something nearby, Place a sturdy chair or countertop beside you so you can rest a hand on it if you need balance support. Let your arms hang by your sides and take one slow, deep breath in. As you breathe in, imagine your spine growing tall from your tailbone all the way up through the crown of your head. That length sets the stage for everything that comes next. Then we move into step 2, which is the forward hinge. As you exhale, gently fold forward from your hips, not your waist. That small detail changes everything because hinging from the hips protects your back and lets your hamstrings stretch the way they're supposed to. Let your arms hang heavy like weights pulling toward the floor. Maybe your hands reach your knees, maybe your shins, maybe your feet. Wherever your body stops is exactly where it should be. There is no pushing, no forcing, no trying to look like someone else. Just breathe and let gravity start to do the work. Now we shift into step 3, where we release the neck and let the spine relax even deeper. While staying in that forward fold, nod your head yes 5 gentle times, then shake your head no 5 gentle times. These small movements tell your upper spine that it is safe to soften. They release tension you may not even realize you have been carrying for years. With every tiny nod and shake, your body lets go just a little more, and you feel that stretch travel down the back of your legs and into your hips. Step 4 is the safe return to standing, and it matters more than most people realize. When you are ready, bend your knees generously because this single adjustment protects your lower back. Place your hands on your thighs for support and slowly roll yourself up, stacking one vertebra at a time with your head rising last. Once you are upright, take a slow, full breath to reset and prepare your body for the next round. Wait, before we go into round 2, I need you to check something important because almost everyone makes 3 critical mistakes on their first attempt, and these mistakes can irritate the spine instead of helping it. Mistake 1 is locking the knees. Straight knees feel intuitive, but they place dangerous tension on your lower back and shut down the muscles you are trying to release. A soft knee bend is not cheating. It is the only adjustment that makes this stretch safe. Mistake 2 is forcing the reach. The goal is not to touch your toes. The goal is to let your spine and hips fold naturally. If you feel sharp pulling, you are pushing too far and your body is telling you to ease back until you feel a gentle lengthening. Mistake 3 is rushing and holding your breath. Your nervous system needs safety to relax, and when you move too fast or hold your breath, your muscles stay tight. Slowing down and breathing naturally lets your body release the way it is supposed to. Now that you have corrected those errors, let us move into step 5 and begin round 2 together. Keep your knees soft, keep your reach gentle, keep your breath steady. Fold forward again and hold for 20 seconds, letting gravity do the work. Add the gentle yes and no movements and notice how much smoother and more natural the stretch feels this time. That ease is your nervous system beginning to trust the pattern. Slowly roll yourself back up one vertebra at a time and take a deep breath at the top. 2 slow, mindful rounds are all it takes to restore the mobility that walking has never trained. You finished. Now let's do the 90-second retest. Bend forward naturally, just like you did at the start. Did you notice an extra inch? A little less tightness? That instant difference is your body telling you, this is the missing piece. Keep that feeling in mind as we talk about making this a habit. When you finish those 2 rounds, I want you to pause for a moment and notice what your body is telling you, because this is where the real magic of this stretch begins to show up. This movement changes daily mobility in a way walking never will. It trains the exact patterns you use when you bend to reach your feet, when you lean forward to pull on your pants, when you lower yourself to pick something up from the floor, or when you fold at the hips to garden or play with your planum. Grandkids. These are the quiet little tasks that make up your entire day, and when your spine, your hips, and your hamstrings learn to move together again, everything starts to feel easier. That is why this stretch changes daily mobility. It gives your body back the freedom it has been missing. Over time, you will feel something even more important, and that is confidence. The first week, you may simply feel your back loosening or your hamstrings giving you a bit more length. The second week, you may notice you can reach your feet without bracing yourself, or you can step into your car without that stiff, awkward feeling. And as the days go on, you will feel your body waking up in places walking has not touched in years. What you will feel over time is control coming back into your movements. Each slow forward fold teaches your muscles to lengthen safely, your spine to soften without fear, and your body to bend with better coordination. That is how you rebuild the everyday strength that lets you move through life on your own terms. Why does the older body respond so powerfully to this movement? Imagine your muscles, your hamstrings, and all the connective tissues along your back as a kitchen sponge that has been left dry on the counter. If you try to bend that dry sponge, it feels stiff, it resists, it strains, and it is just one wrong move away from cracking. That is exactly what happens to your spine when most of your day is spent sitting or when your only form of activity is walking in a straight line. This forward fold works because it is like dipping that dry sponge into warm water. It rehydrates the tissues, it softens the spine from the inside out, and it allows your hips to glide the way they were meant to. You are not forcing flexibility, you are restoring a natural pattern your body has been waiting for. And when these systems wake back up, your daily life changes. Getting dressed becomes smoother, reaching your feet becomes easier, bending to pick things up becomes something you do without thinking, and all the little aches that come from stiffness begin to fade. This is the quiet reboot older bodies often need, and it is why a 90-second stretch can do what 10,000 steps never will. Now that you feel and understand the rehydration effect on your body, your next step is to make this habit non-negotiable. I want to give you a simple formula for consistency, the 90-second morning rule. Your body still knows how to move well. It has just been waiting for the right invitation. Do not worry about doing it perfectly. Just focus on giving your body this gentle pattern again and again. Do this stretch every morning right before you brush your teeth or turn on your coffee maker. Just 90 seconds. By attaching it to a routine you already have, you send a consistent signal to your brain saying, "Today we move freely." Because when you repeat this stretch, even for a few minutes a day, your spine begins to trust the motion, your hips begin to open, and your hamstrings begin to let go of years of tension. And as that happens, the everyday tasks you once struggled with start to feel smoother and easier. Reaching your feet, putting on your clothes, leaning forward to pick something up, stepping into your car, those small moments begin to change, and with them, your confidence starts to grow. I want you to pay attention to the little wins this week because they are proof that your body is still capable of progress at any age. If you felt even the smallest difference today, I have an invitation for you. Join me in a 7-day challenge. Step 1. Scroll down to the comments and type day 1 along with your result from today, whether you reached your knees, your shins, or your feet. Step 2. Come back to this video in 7 days and reply to your own comment with day 7 and tell me how far you have progressed. This simple act of committing publicly will keep you more consistent than any piece of advice. And if this video helped you, please tap the like button so YouTube can share this simple life-changing routine with more older adults who need it. I am Dr. Mark, and I cannot wait to see your update on day 7.